Yo, how's it going? I know it's been some time. Um, but I was just listening to the Bible today, and I was in Revelations chapter 3. And as I was basically listen audio, I was doing audio, listening to the audio Bible as I was driving, right? And there's a passage that came across in Revelations chapter 3, verse 15, and it says, "I know your works, that you are neither hot nor cold. And I wish that you were cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I am going to vomit you out of my mouth. For you say, I am rich and have become wealthy and need nothing. And you don't realize that you are wretched and it's not the this isn't the first time I believe that that this scripture is being brought up in the Bible. But like I said, as I was listening to it, and it came across my speakers, and I was sitting there, because I've heard different people um, talk about being hot or being cold and not being lukewarm, and that God will spit you out for being lukewarm. But as I was listening to it today, um, God spoke to me, and the revelation that I've gotten out of this passage here, and how it goes from being hot or cold, and that you're lukewarm, and you say that you're rich, and you have no need of nothing, right? I was wondering, like, why are those two together, right? Why do you go from talking about someone being hot or cold, and then drop down to say that you say that you are rich and in need of nothing? And God spoke to me, and the one of the revelations that I've gotten out of this passage is that God is telling me that when you're hot, right, you are in need of something to cool you down, right? And if you are cold, you are in need of something to warm you up. Okay, and God spoke to me and said that because you say you are rich and you are in need of nothing, you are saying that you no longer need God. That I no longer need God. That you no longer need God because you're not hot. So therefore you don't need God to cool you down. Okay, you are not cold, so you don't need God to warm you up. You're saying that you are perfect, that you have no need of God because you are rich. The rich doesn't need money. The rich don't need food. You know what I'm saying? The rich has the wealthy, they have money. So if they're hungry, they buy food. If they cold, they go and they buy clothes. If they hot, they go and they buy ACs, air conditioner, fans. They go on vacations to the beach, to the pool, whatever they need. They are self sufficient in a way, right? So God is saying that because you say you do not need me, I will spit you out because you are lukewarm. Because you say you have it. You say you got it all figured out. You don't need me, right? So now you're building a division between you and God, because now you feel that you no longer need God to do anything for you. You can take care of yourself. And that is what he was speaking to me as I was listening to this passage. And he told me that, you know either you're going to be hot or you're going to be cold. Either way you go, you are in a situation where you are dependent on God, where you need God to handle the heat for you. You need God to handle the cold for you, right? Um, from a rich man's standpoint. Like I said, there's other analogies that I've heard pastors talk about when it comes down to this scripture. But in this point of time in my life, right, where I'm at right now, you know what I'm saying, and where a lot of people might find themselves at when it comes down to money and to wealth, and to being able to um, be financially sufficient, where you're no longer having to worry about your finances, or how you're going to pay this bill, or how you're going to get this done. You're no longer you know what I'm saying, you're trying to get to a point where you're no longer worried about money, right? You know what I'm saying? That's But God is saying that let him guide you, right? Never stop needing God to provide for you, right? Because anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Stock markets can crash, sales can plummet. You know what I'm saying? The amount of taxes people gotta pay can go up, which then in return rises up the prices of the things that you gotta sell or buy, and now people are not buying or selling the stuff that you have to offer. So now you're in a financial situation where you're no longer, you know what I'm saying, in a space where, you know what I'm saying, anything can happen. But God is saying, as long as you put your faith in me, as long as you trust in me, no matter what happens, no matter how much money you get, no matter how much money you lose, you know what I'm saying, no matter where life takes you, that as long as you keep depending on God and keep following after God, that, you know what I'm saying, you will stay in his graces. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the Bible talks about, you know what I'm saying, the rich, and how, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to make it to the kingdom of heaven. Because they feel like they no longer need God. They replace God. You know what I'm saying? Now their money is their God. They're their own gods. But God is saying that as long as you keep him in the forefront, you know what I'm saying, of your life, as long as you keep him as your guide, he will always be there for you. You know what I'm saying? There's things, no matter what type of storms and tribulations come, you know what I'm saying, just trust in God. No matter where your life takes you, whether you become the richest man on earth, or you become the poorest man on earth, you know what I'm saying, your faith must stay the same. Your faith must be in God, no matter where you go. So I hope and I pray that as you go throughout your day and as you go throughout your week, You know what I'm saying? Never stop trusting in God. Never stop believing in God. Never stop hoping in God. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, keep God center focus. Keep God as that light that guides you through life. I hope you all have a great day.